Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to take a whole stack of sources and basically give you the fast track to getting smart on a topic.
Yep.
And today we are, well, metaphorically strapping on our boots. We're heading to the Midwest,
Okay.
exploring something that's surprisingly competitive.
Yeah,
Private land hunting leases, specifically in Indiana.
that's right. Yeah, the Hoosier State. And our sources, they really paint this picture of a state that's seeing a real boom in this area.
A boom. Why?
Well, it seems the demand for, reliable, really high-quality hunting spots is pushing hunters, pushing them away from public lands, which can get pretty crowded.
Right, towards securing their own spot, exclusive access.
Exactly, via leasing private land.
Okay, so let's really dig into this. We're going beyond just, paying someone to hunt on their land for a weekend. This is more about the economics, the logistics of it.
Yeah.
Almost like a land investment, really. And the goal for you, listening in, is to understand why Indiana, of all places, is generating this buzz. And crucially, what are the financial details, the legal things you absolutely need to think about for a year-round lease?
Yeah, it's a trend that's fundamentally changing things. How the sort of everyday hunter gets access to good land. And understanding the Indiana market specifically, its nuances, that's really key if you want to lock down a good spot long term.
Okay, so the sources suggest Indiana was, for a long time, kind of in the shadow of, say, Iowa or Illinois, right? Known for those giant trophy whitetails.
Yeah, definitely.
So what changed? Is there like a specific data point or maybe a regulation shift that shows Indiana's not really a secret anymore? Why are hunters suddenly looking there?
Well, the data is pretty compelling, actually. The sources point to things like non-resident deer license sales. They've jumped like nearly 30% in just the last 5 years.
Wow, 30%, that's huge.
It is. And that kind of growth, it doesn't happen by accident. It's driven by something real. And what seems to be driving it is the habitat diversity and just the consistency of the game populations.
Yeah, talk about it having a little bit of everything. What does that actually mean on the ground for a hunter?
It means you're not just stuck with one type of terrain or hunt. Down south, you get these really rugged, heavily wooded hills, just perfect cover for holding mature bucks.
Okay.
But then you head north and it shifts. Big agricultural areas, lots of food, which means generally higher deer numbers. So it gives you a really solid, well-rounded experience. Whitetails, sure, but also wild turkey. Indiana's got tons of turkeys.
You mentioned diversity. So beyond deer and turkey, is there another species that maybe surprises people that drives some of these maybe higher-end Indiana leases?
Yeah, actually. Waterfowl. It's something people might not immediately think of for Indiana.
Really? Waterfowl.
Yeah. Indiana sits right in some major migratory flyways. So for hunters looking for those mixed-use leases, finding a